What's up, Juventini? Alberto here. I got all your Juve news. All right, Felipe Anderson being offered up to Juventus. We'll take a look at the details there. Max Allegri kills the noise in terms of rumors swirling around certain players at Juventus. And then we look ahead to Salernitana tomorrow in Coppa Italia. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is the AJC. Let's rock. First things first, Højbjerg getting further and further from Juventus, as apparently Tottenham will not budge from that 30 million euro asking price that they have set on the player. You know what? I am absolutely fine with that, all right? And to add to that, reconfirmed as of 2 days ago, that is being reported that Allegri is just left unconvinced by Phillips and Højbjerg. So we'll have to wait and see what actually goes down. Felipe Anderson is being offered to Juventus, apparently. So the status is this. His contract expires with Lazio at the end of this season. Lazio apparently has an offer put forth with a salary just over 3 million euros. The player and his entourage want to see 4 million euro minimum. So apparently they are courting Juventus, and they know that Juventus has been monitoring the player since December. That's according to Fabrizio Romano. Will Juventus strike in the summer? We will wait and see. But I want to know from all of you, would you want Felipe Anderson at Juventus, yes or no? And I'm going to share with you my personal thoughts. A lot of the arguments are, I know his numbers are decent. I know that he's consistent. I know he's a good dribbler. He's a little pacey and whatnot. But if we want to switch to a three-man front, I don't think winger's going to all of a sudden be this top priority. Fullbacks would be a top priority. Midfield is still a priority at Juventus. If we are switching to a three-man front, you have Sule that's going to be returning from a loan. He's not going to be playing out of the midfield. He's going to be playing as a winger if he remains. Illing Jr., let's not move him if we have plans in the future to be moving to that three-man front. And I know we have to drop funds, but there's many players that I feel we could actually sell. You have Chiesa. Kostic, if we switch to a trident, if he remains, he's not going to be playing as a fullback. I don't want to see it. I don't think he could do it as an outright fullback. He could do it as a left wing back, but I don't want to see him as a fullback. Weah, while he did it at Lille, I still don't want to see him as an outright fullback on the right side. So there's another winger. I think we would have a ton of wingers. Keane can also play off the wing. And he's set to extend, by the way, which we'll get to in a second. So for me, Felipe Anderson, I just think he's moving more and more towards the past it side. The best traits of his are starting to fade. And he gets a lot of freedom at Lazio, which might be making those numbers seem a little bit better. I'm going to say no, and I'm fine being in the minority. Felipe Anderson, would you take him? Yes or no? Hit me in the comments. Now, like I said, Keane heading towards an extension, okay? His contract ends in 2025. It's being reported he could be extended to 2027 or 2028. This is strictly to drop that amortization annually and the cost on the player. A move in the future, still not ruled out. This would actually help that happen. So there you go. That's probably what's going down with Moise Kean. Now we get to the young players. Miretti rumors swirling, but Max Allegri puts them to rest. We'll get to that in a bit. Salernitana are apparently after Caviglia and Ranocchia, who hasn't had a great spell at Empoli whatsoever, but Salernitana wants both players. Juve apparently unwilling to move Hans Nicolucci Caviglia, all right? Now, as far as Illing Jr. goes, he's been said to be the player that's most likely to leave Juventus. Monza apparently is looking at Illing Jr. Atalanta rumored to also be looking at Illing Jr., and that interests Juventus because they're trying to bring in Coop Mainers. However, still clubs in England have a lot of interest in Illing Jr., all right? But today, there are also rumors suggesting that Illing Jr. may, in fact, just be staying at Juventus. We have to wait and see what happens with this youngster, all right? Roma trying to make a last-ditch effort for Dean Huijsen to take him for the second half of the season, but Nothing doing. He is expected to finalize the move to Frosinone on loan. He'll be joining Caio Jorge, Barnechea, and of course, Matthias Sule. All right. Now we get to Max's presser. I told you he killed a rumor and he killed it instantly. When it comes to Miretti, he says, Miretti, I am very happy with him and his growth. He will remain at Juventus. So there you go. He's not going anywhere. As far as the lineup, what to expect in that Coppa Italia match tomorrow, Nonje won't be starting, but he might be able to get some minutes in there, Max said. All right, Yildiz will not be playing this one. Very, very surprising, all right? And Max says 2 games do not decide whether you are a champion or not. We have to remain calm and we have to take things one step at a time. How do you feel about that one? I think in the Coppa Italia, great opportunity for these guys to get more minutes, all right? Weird one there because he does say Perin, Rugani, and Chiesa are set to start, but that falls in line with some of the other comments Max had to make, which is the Coppa Italia. Everybody doesn't seem to care about it at the start, but when it comes around, it gets very competitive. At Juventus, it's all about winning and winning trophies. We're going to try to win it. And as far as Locatelli, he should be in the starting lineup because he's going to be suspended for the second match this weekend against Salernitana, which will be league play, all right? So look for Perin, Rugani, Chiesa, and Locatelli to be starters. Outside of that, Max will decide as the time comes, all right? Asked about a trident, Max said this: everything can be done, but it depends on the players, their conditions, and the moment. Maybe, just maybe, everybody, we will see something surprising at some point in the season. We just have to hold on and wait, all right? But you guys know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what you think about all the news heard today. And don't forget, tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we're live getting you ready for the Coppa Italia match against Salernitana. Fino alla fine, Forza Juventus. Ciao tutti.